Introducing the MOZA Haptic Motion Actuator, otherwise known as the HMA150. Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Darren Ganji, and thank you for tuning in. And before I get started, I'd like to thank MOZA for sending this HMA150 to me for testing, to us. Me and the guys here at SimMotion have been testing it. And this is not going to be a review. This is going to be a showcase. We will have this available for sale at SimMotion by the time you watch this, up for pre-order. And we expect them to have in stock by probably mid to end August. This is a big step for a company like MOZA. This is the first company that I can think of in this industry that is making a motion system along with a huge ecosystem, not only in racing, but driving, flight, and now farming. So props to them for taking this big leap and coming out with a motion system. First up, let's start with some pricing. Here in the US, it's going to go for $29.99 or just under $3,000. In Europe, €31.99 Euro. In Great Britain, it's going to be $27.99 British pounds. Australia, $54.99, and Japan, $499,900. I'm assuming that's yen, and I apologize if I'm wrong there. But anyway, there's the pricing for you. And now onto some specs and features. It's got an integrated axis controller architecture that replaces conventional 220-volt industrial drive units and external servo controllers. The compact main control unit, combined with side-mounted axis control integration, simplifies system architecture and reduces overall spatial footprint. It operates with a 48-volt DC servo motor and high-precision ball screw technology with a maximum stroke of 155 millimeters, peak speed of 300 millimeters per second, and a maximum acceleration exceeding 1G. It has a 21-bit magnetic encoder, 600 megahertz processor, and up to 150 hertz of vibration. The actuator is equipped with RGB ambient lighting that supports customizable color configurations and real-time telemetry integration. Now, I haven't seen that yet in the software, but I'm assuming that's going to be integrated. And I don't know if you can see it here. I think you can. Yeah, there's a light right here on each one of the actuators that I'm assuming can turn colors and act with the telemetry. MOZA's developed Motion Manager that serves as the control center for the HMA150. The interface supports adjustment of the actuators and haptic intensity, as well as individual effect tuning. As of right now, here's the complete list of supported titles with more planned. Flight sims are also planned and would be great with that 150 millimeter stroke. So what's included for the $3,000? First of all, 4 150 millimeter actuators, brackets for each actuator, a main control box, USB cable, 4 anti-slip cups, kill switch, and a very large power supply. M8 screws and T-nuts are also included, and for aluminum profiles in cases like a 120 or 160 with a closed central rail like SimLab or Track Racer, an adapter accessory is required and will retail for $49. Installation was pretty straightforward. The back of the actuator has 2 slots with 4 T-nuts to line up the bracket. First, you attach the bracket, and then you attach the actuators to the rig. We placed 2 all the way at the rear, and the front 2 just past the wheel deck upright. We ran all the cables to under the seat where we installed the main control box. We also placed the power supply under the seat, and it would be nice if MOZA developed some kind of bracket or tray that allowed you to mount the power supply under the seat just to kind of clean it up. Right now, we just have it sitting on the floor, but it would be cool to see some kind of addition like that. Kill switch can also be placed where you'd like, and we mounted it to the left side of the wheel deck upright. The included T-nuts were too small for our slot, so we used some heavy-duty double-stick tape for it. Once you have that set up, run the USB cable to the PC and then install the software, run any firmware updates that are required, set the rig parameters to the distances you have, and run the calibration. After that, you're ready to go. You can also test the motion movement with these sliders to see how it feels before you go on track. Once you got all that set up, you can load one of the many MOZA presets that are available, or tune something from scratch, or copy one of the MOZA presets and start tuning from that. For testing, we tried it with Assetto Corsa Rally, iRacing, and Le Mans Ultimate. And I noticed Red Dead Redemption 2 was listed, along with Cyberpunk, Grand Theft Auto, Elder Scrolls. I would love to try it with Red Dead Redemption. All right, after Trinity made that funny AI video, she actually made 2 more. I'll show you some clips of those as well, that made me look very weathered, but was super funny. I had to try it. I had to load up Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm a huge fan of the series. I played it extensively, the original Red Dead Redemption and 2 on the console. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it to work, man. I tried everything. And so let's back up a little bit. There's been talk of this motion manager being AI capable, and all the racing titles are 100% telemetry based. So it's getting telemetry from iRacing, Assetto Corsa, that kind of stuff. And that's where you're getting the movement from, the data that's coming from that telemetry. So the AI based stuff, I thought Red Dead Redemption was AI or telemetry based. I did a search for it and it said that there is telemetry output, but who knows if that was correct. So when I loaded it up, the motion manager basically prompted me to install the AI model as well as a dependency library. And once that was complete, I was ready to start playing, but I couldn't get the movement to happen. I ran out of time because I needed to get this film, so it was out on today, the 28th. But I've reached out to the dev team who I've been working with and told them, hey, what do I need to do to get this to work? Because you can see I did some testing. Look at all these cool effects that are available to use with Red Dead. And so I tried some of them out, shooting a rifle, riding the horse, and man, I'm dying to try that. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. And I'm honestly not surprised that it wasn't working properly. It looks like it was trying. I got a graphics problem. It said that it didn't work with Vulkan graphics, which I think is like an OpenGL, but it did work with DirectX. I changed it over, still didn't work. But again, I've reached out to the dev team. I'm here to help. I wanna try Red Dead. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. So when a game provides telemetry data, that's how it's gonna work. When telemetry isn't available, AI-based recognition supplements the missing information to maintain a consistent motion experience. And basically what it does is AI will analyze the in-game visuals and audio in real time to identify key actions and gameplay events, triggering synchronized motion feedback. So it features a scenario-based effects, and I'm assuming it's similar to what D-Box has done with movies. Like I don't know if you've ever been to a movie theater that's got D-Box enabled. I've actually done it, and I've actually tried it on our D-Box systems that I've had connected to my rigs. It's pretty cool. It definitely adds another layer of immersion. It's not perfect, but it is really cool how you get that extra movement or haptic feedback while you're watching a movie. So I'd imagine like playing Red Dead or one of the other games that are available, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So since the software is in beta and we're a US-based distributor or dealer for MOZA products, I definitely didn't feel comfortable doing a review on this. But I have to say, for $3,000, there's not another motion system that I know of that can match what the D-Box offers with both haptics and motion feedback at half the price of what a D-Box goes for. You know, D-Box right now are retailing for about $6,000, and this thing's gonna be $3,000 with a lot more stroke, 150 millimeters of stroke. You look at the D-Box setups that have 3, I think they go up to 6 inches of stroke. The standard D-Box setup like we have here only has 1.5 inches, which I think is plenty for racing. You start getting into flight, and that extra stroke definitely matters. But it's pretty cool that MOZA's come in at this price point with a system like this, that once they get it dialed in, I don't think it can be beat, not for this price point. So that's going to wrap things up for the most part. Before I go, I wanted to mention one thing about motion. I've seen a lot of people comment over the years about how you need to have your monitor attached to your rig when you're doing motion. I've always been on the other side of the fence with that, where I've always had my monitors detached, and for a number of reasons. One, you don't want that's a $500 monitor. Some monitors go up to $2,000. You don't want your monitor flopping around with motion and risk damaging it. And we came up with a cool solution for this one. We basically used, and actually I can't remember the guy that I did a Google search and I found it. I apologize if the person that did this is watching, because I basically stole your idea. But what I did was we had feet, that attached to the bottom of this rig before we installed the motion rig. And we used those to press against the back of the monitor on both sides to make it more stable, and it worked great. Now, the problem with that is, and this is why I've never wanted to run a monitor attached besides the whole potential damage part. When you're driving in a sim, the visuals are bouncing based on bumps in the road, how the car is reacting and all that. So the visuals are moving. They're not staying steady. And when you've got the visuals moving and the rig moving and the monitor moving with it, man, for me, running Assetto Corsa Rally, I could barely see what was going on. And I just feel like having it detached just makes it feel more natural. Like VR, it works great. Like, I've never had that experience with VR where I couldn't see what was going on. I mean, I could see what was going on, but man, it was hard for me to focus. And maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. But we're gonna do a separate video because we have two other rigs here in this room, and both of those have detached monitors. And I'm gonna get the guys here at SimMotion to test this with me, and we're gonna go back and forth, same car, same track. And I'm gonna get their take, and we're gonna do a separate video on that. I wanna hear your take. What do you think is the proper way? And how do you run it if you have motion? How do you run it at home? Or what do you think is the proper way? So anyway, that's gonna wrap things up. Again, I'd like to thank MOZA for sending the HMA150 to me to test. Oh, there was one thing I forgot to mention too. This is gonna be an expandable system. There's 4 extra ports on the motion controller, and in the software it shows an addition for 4 extra ports, and they mentioned it in some of the documentation that I saw that said that they're going to go up to 6 degrees of freedom. This was 3 degrees of freedom, which I don't think I mentioned as well. So, man, they're looking to really expand. I'm really interested to see what kind of platform, rear track. I love rear traction loss, yaw, whatever you want to call it. I love that in a motion rig. So going to be really interesting to see the direction they go with this. But again, I'd like to thank them for sending this our way. And let me know what you think about what this system is going to be like, and if it's something that you're considering purchasing. And that's going to wrap it up. I'm Darren Ganji for Inside Sim Racing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.